She runs 114 Airbnbs across the country. Check this out. Hey guys, I'm back again. It's Nasser, aka the real estate guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a doer because I actually do this business. And today I'm here with another doer, Ashley, who's actually dominating a male-dominated industry. She's doing better than a lot of us, and she's gonna share her story. So I'm looking forward to this one just as much as you guys. So make sure you stay to the end to get the full rundown on this particular property. Ashley.
Yes.
All right, so 114 Airbnbs across the country.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously you're not scared to go to another city and get your hands dirty.
Nope.
And invest. Do you know what fear is? Or
no, I'm just out here building my Empire. So, and there's actually two of us. So my business partner is named Ashley too.
Okay.
So in the
Ashley
industry, we're the Ashleys. But no, we are not scared. It is a challenge, and it is like a tiny game. Well, I guess a larger game of Monopoly for us. So we have this. You know, Ashley and I often talk about where we're going to cap this at, and I don't think we have that number. It's literally like, where can we go, what can we do, and how do we get there?
This is a lot to take on. I mean,
did I blow your mind?
Yeah, no, I mean, because 114, that's a lot. I mean, you have to manage and run all this stuff. Okay, so, all right, where did you start at? What city did you start in?
Here in Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina. There you go. So, all right, you started in Charlotte, and what made you say, like, yo, this is too good, I gotta scale this?
So my story's a little different. I actually fell into this. I fell into this in 2015, 16, because nobody remembers what year it is anymore. So somewhere between 2015 16, I just became a single mom. I had a little girl who was super bougie, who was used to a certain lifestyle, and I was working in corporate America at a job that really wasn't conducive to my current situation. So I was living with a roommate down in South Charlotte in a condo, and we won't say what it is because I Airbnb'd the heck out of it. But I came home one day and all of her stuff was packed. She was gone. And I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna afford to sustain myself during this? And so I was like, all right, well, I asked my guy friends, and of course my guy friends were like, go work at Hooters, go do a bikini car wash, go, all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, no, we gotta do something better than that. And so one of my guy friends was like, you should totally Airbnb your house out. And I was like, I'm sorry, like a complete stranger come in here and do that? So I rolled the dice, I did it. I was still working corporate America. I made $25,000 my first year. I was one of the first 100 properties in Charlotte on Airbnb. So I was able to get my rankings up really quick, learn the business really quick, and took that money and started sinking it into different properties that just kind of domino affected off of that.
Now, one thing about you, which is different from me, but you do all your own decorating, and yours is nice. Mine is not as nice at all. You do all your own decorating.
Have your people call my people.
You do your decorating, you do your clean, you're responsible for clean, construction, landscape, everything. Mm-hmm. Were you always like, were you born like this, or this is something you grew into because something changed in your life?
So one, I'm a Capricorn. Don't ever challenge a Capricorn. January 1st, so I am the Capricorn. And then obviously being a single mom. I looked at life a lot differently. I looked at life like my daughter's lifestyle is not going to change. And whatever I have to do to maintain that, respectively, is what I was going to do. So on the weekends, you'll get a kick out of this. And you can ask my daughter. I'll let you talk to her. I'd only rent it on the weekends, right?
Okay.
So I made $25,000 my first year.
Oh, just weekends only?
Just weekends only, because I had her during the week. So I lived near it was near Carowinds, so like Carowinds, I didn't think White Water Center was around then. So only Carowinds was the draw during that time. It'd be rented on the weekends. I'd be like, hey Ava, where do you want to go? I don't know, the beach. We'd go to Miami. Miami became kind of our second home, just to get away while our house was being rented. And before long, not only were we making our own mortgage, or not mortgage, our rent during that time, we took that money, put it down on a house to make the mortgages, and then we traveled for free.
Wow.
So it was a no-brainer at that point.
Absolutely. You became a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give yourself time to make excuses? Because it sounded like to me you just went straight through it. Like you didn't make no excuses. You just said, "This is my reality. This is what I'm going to do."
That's exactly what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She was 5. So then kind of through that, once I got my Airbnb up and running, am I allowed to say Airbnb? Okay, short-term rental up and running.
You can say Airbnb.
I think that's just like synonymous right now,
Yeah.
right? So once I got my short-term rental up and running, I started noticing that more and more people were getting into this. I started networking a lot. I've been in Charlotte since 2005. So I already had a lot of contacts. And so a lot of people were coming to me and they were like, hey, you know, I have this rental property. It's long-term renting. I don't know what to do with it. And I was like, all right, well, let's see what we can do with it. So I was helping them turn it into short-term rentals. So they were like, yeah, cool, got it. Got them super host status, dipped out. But then they were calling me back and they were like, hey, this is great and everything, but I'm in between like work meetings, running home and cleaning this thing. Like, what do I do? So I was like, all right, well, I'll clean it for you. So one thing kind of led to another, and then I was cleaning Airbnbs. Airbnbs kind of branched off into residentials. And at that point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna quit my first job. And quit. And so I left that world, and I was cleaning full time, meaning that my daughter beside me while I was scrubbing a toilet, the family was feeding my child dinner. But that's what we had to do to survive. That's what I did. I also couldn't let anybody else know in the picture, her dad, what was going on and that we were Airbnb-ing our house out. So I had to sustain through the week of what exactly I wasn't booking. So I still have those clients today that fed my daughter dinner.
Wow.
Yeah, we still clean for them. Hi, Beth.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, after I started getting into it and cleaning, and I was like, well, nobody's doing laundry. How's laundry work? So I started the laundry company. And then COVID hit, and it was the catering company. So the catering company was kind of brought on when people weren't going out to eat. They were eating inside. And so we were basically catering meals to the Airbnbs.
Wow.
So then that branched into landscaping because, again, all the people that I helped bring Airbnb to them were calling me, asking me if I knew, you know, a pest person, an HVAC company, a landscape company. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own landscape company. So Pretty Green is the landscape company. And then we were working with another investor who I have majority of his properties in the portfolio. And he was like, I can't stage anymore. We're staging, we're doing all this by ourselves. What can you do? So that's where Pretty Stays was born. And that was where the design and the staging and the reno came into play.
Okay, prior to marriage, did you like listen to motivational speakers, positive stuff, or read positive stuff?
Not really. I mean, I don't think anybody prepares you to go through a divorce, and I don't think anybody prepares you to be a single parent. And so, you know, it's not like you start this journey and the court's like, here's your book on dummies to being a single parent, you know? It's like you either do it and you figure it out, or you let somebody else figure it out and you watch them.
Okay, well, what I'm trying to get to, right? Because that attitude you have is just not normal. It ain't normal. Did you get that from your parents? Did they pass it down?
No, I don't know. I think it was, you know, and I'm not like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I worked for a bunch of men in the alcohol industry who didn't appreciate a stronger woman. And I think that was the driving force that when I exited my last job, that I was like, I will dominate this industry. Okay. So, all right. The black GMC out there that's jacked up, that's mine. So when I roll up to a construction site, I roll up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. All right. So back to this Airbnb, right? So we're going to do a tour, and then at the end, guys, we'll do the deal breakdown. But the rundown of Ashley, I'm sure a lot of people are going to reach out to you because this is impressive. Since we're here, right? This is the kitchen, okay?
This is it.
When you got this one, did you guys do anything different?
So no, this building doesn't really allow you to do that. So we had to work with what we had. So a big component of that were these colors, right? Because when we walk in, we look at what we already have here. What does this remind you of when you look at that?
I'll probably say like winter or something, or?
Well, we got sand. So we went with a beachy kind of theme, and that's kind of how the Miami vibe developed. There wasn't anything else like it. in a market that is becoming completely oversaturated, what are you going to do to stand out? What are you going to do to pull those guests in? And it's this. So, you know, having the baskets for them, having, you know, whatever they need during their stay.
She gives you just enough so that, you know, you can utilize it, because what happens when you leave the whole thing out, it goes really quick. Like, it just walks out the door.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. So we didn't do much interior, I guess, reno in this place because a lot of the restrictions, but all the design is us.
And the appliances came with it?
The appliances came with it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice GE set. And this place it's like spotless type of clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty clean.
Now we are in the living room, right?
Yes.
I love that sign, the Be Bold sign.
Thank you.
And I can see the Miami theme in here. And you have the balcony. And for those, right now it's winter, so we're not gonna go out there, but, and it's a colder day in Charlotte. But in the summertime like this, it's a nice little view, even though you're looking at the building, because the people are running, walking dogs, etc. So, you know, it's a nice little view in the summer.
This tree right here just blooms like crazy. It's beautiful.
Okay, yeah. I go to the hibachi place around the corner, so I always look up and see people just on their laptop, relaxing.
Yeah, it's super chill, super chill.
Yeah. Nice size TV in here. I know Wi-Fi comes with it. Now, but let me ask you this though. Like with mine, I make them bring their own streaming passwords.
Okay.
Do they have to bring their own streaming passwords, or do you have Netflix and streaming services here?
So Roku was already on the TVs, but they log into their own.
They log into their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if they leave and don't log out, my girls log them out when they leave.
Oh, okay. I gotta talk to my cleaning lady about that. Hey, I need to add another tax. You need to log people out.
But see, that's also one of the advantages of owning a cleaning company, right? Because I can control everything. So when my girls walk into a property, they immediately take pictures of everything. So I immediately see how the property's left. They upload them to me, because with Airbnb, you only have between the time of checkout and the time of check-in to file those damage claims. So if I don't own the cleaning company and I'm waiting on somebody else to go clean 4, 5, 6 more properties and they're on a schedule, I'm not going to get those pictures in time. So we have an internal platform where they upload all those to me. I can do any kind of damage claims. I can message the guest and ask them where something is. And then they take pictures after everything and upload them to me. So that way if a guest comes in and was like, you know, there was dirt here, I can immediately pull up that picture on a timestamp and be like, well, it wasn't there before you checked in.
Wow. So you take pictures and everything?
Absolutely.
You must have like the 2 gigabyte iPhone or something.
Well, it's through Slack, so it's an internal platform.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't eat up your memory,
okay.
But I can go back to it. So my phone crashed last Labor Day, and I almost lost my mind because no store was open to get me anything, and so I couldn't find where my girls were. I couldn't do check-ins, and so at that point we decided the team had gotten big enough that we could do Slack. And so Slack is somewhere where I can log on anywhere I am and pull anything I need to pull if my phone happens to go swimming.
All right. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and this is probably I would probably call this the master.
This is.
It's a 2-1. That is a hell of a ceiling. If you're looking up, I love that. Like, I would have never thought to put that there. And they did such a good job, even with the light fixture. Did you do this light fixtures, or you?
So we do all the light fixtures.
Okay.
Yeah, my other Ashley, A2, she's a unicorn. So she can literally do anything.
Okay, so she hung that?
She did, yeah.
Ashley and Ashley. Wow. It's kind of crazy because they're not letting any stereotypes hold them back. They're just like going out there and making it happen.
Yeah.
Obviously exceeding at it. You know, I don't have 114 Airbnbs, so yeah, like, obviously exceeding that. Yeah, I like that though. I really love that. Amazon?
No, that was a vintage store in Charlotte that we hit up.
Okay, so yeah, they're getting expensive stuff. I'm going to Amazon to find the cheapest stuff and get delivered to my door.
We do use Amazon.
Okay,
we do.
okay.
But this property was a little different for us. We really wanted to evoke that whole Miami feel into this.
All right, so here's the bathroom. Jack and Jill, 2 sinks, a walk-in closet.
A little nice walk-in closet.
I like that. Okay.
Shower tub combo.
Shower tub
which
combo.
is a must.
Yes.
Got my washer and dryer in here.
Yeah, I seen that earlier, and the stackable.
So this one originally was an office. We had an office set up in here.
Okay.
But it was catered more towards people during COVID that were working from home and needed to do Zoom calls. And once we started realizing that people were going back to work and that really wasn't a thing anymore, we decided to turn this into a second bedroom.
And it has has its own closet, has a TV.
Well, this is my supply closet. So they can utilize that closet. So this is where all the goods are kept.
It is a closet, but it's just your supply closet.
Yes.
And guys, let me highlight something. The supply closet, you need a key or a combo to get inside. But when I was doing my Airbnb, fortunately somebody told me about this. Like, yo, you need a closet, supply closet. You got to put a lock on there to keep your extra stuff. Because if you just keep the extra stuff in the house, it's going to walk out the house.
It is. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It gets expensive really quick.
I'm going to look for this on Amazon with the combo codes, though. I like that. But I just got the ones with the key.
Yeah.
The simple, with the key. Oh, got the little calendar.
Yeah.
And you decorated this. Ashley and Ashley.
We did.
So, Ashley, where did you grow up at?
A little town about 45 minutes south of Charlotte called Chester, South Carolina.
You grew up in Chester?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, do you know somebody there?
No.
I was going to say, everybody knows somebody from that town.
I come across, I get houses once in a while and they'll be in Chester.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never have luck with getting rid of them. So you're a small town girl.
I am.
You didn't let that define you from being from a small town because it's obviously you're bigger than Chester.
Well, I mean, Chester, you come from your roots, right? So you obviously take that with you and you remember where you came from. Mentality that I had in me about getting to a bigger city, I needed to get away from Chester to be able to achieve that.
Okay, so you always knew that.
Oh, yeah.
From where I'm from in New Jersey, I always knew I wanted to just get out. I wanted more out of life than what was presented to me. I always known that.
Right.
And then you went to college at Winthrop.
Yeah.
What did you study?
Marketing and public relations and business administration.
From there, you went into the corporate world. Then you had a life change, and from the life change, you just ran 100 miles per hour.
Maybe 101.
Right, yeah. Ran 101 per hour with a daughter.
Yeah, she's the real MVP of this company. She's the MVP.
Do you get her involved? Is she involved in any of this?
She is, yeah.
Okay.
She helps me do laundry. As this company was growing, you can buy the self-guide books, the self-help books, but nobody explains to you how fast a business can grow when you put love and nurture into it. And I would sit on the beach in South Beach with my daughter beside me in a towel, and I would do payroll by hand on a notebook. She'd call out the hours to me, and we would do it Venmo. And now where we are with 35 plus employees, that's where this came from.
35 employees.
35 plus employees, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So as far as this Airbnb, right? So because you're really rocking and rolling, and normally what we do, we get into numbers, but your numbers are too personal. We're not going to put that out there. We're not doing that.
I don't want to be on the FBI.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So we're going to break down this unit, right?
Yeah.
So how many days of the month is this unit rented?
So this is a 7-day. It can only be rented 7 days and up because of the condo. So we cater more to traveling business people, traveling nurses, or we use this as if something is going on in my other units and I need somewhere to put them because I know that they can't it can't be booked, we put them here.
Okay, so you said due to the condo. Does it prohibit that? They have to stay here 7 days or longer.
Right.
Okay. You just set those parameters on Airbnb.
Right.
Has that slowed down business?
I mean, a little, but what I tell people, and when Ashley watches this, she's gonna be like, oh my God, again. What I tell people is short-term renting was never set up as a single property platform. It was always meant to encourage, the investor or the host or however you want to put it to obtain more properties. So there's an internal algorithm built into that, meaning that every time my property rents and gets a review, all my other properties auto-populate. So you can go on right now to Airbnb, and you can type in a future date, right? Guarantee you the first 6 to 8, somewhere in the first 15 that show up are gonna be ours. because we're almost superseding the algorithm.
I could imagine you guys are dominating that.
To answer your question, it has slowed down a little because we can't capture anything over or under 7 days. But for the people that are looking for business places that are not like your cookie cutter houses, this stands out amongst the rest.
Okay, now let me ask you this. This is downtown Charlotte. Do guests normally have cars or?
So a lot of them fly in, so they just Uber to the property, and then they'll Turo a car while they're here. So we do have one parking spot.
Okay.
But if it's a stay that requires another parking spot, we pay for that because you're looking at upwards of $8,000 to $9,000 a month for this place.
Wait, I'm lost. $8,000, $9,000 a month for what?
To stay here for a month. So
Wow.
if somebody needs another parking spot, I'm gonna get you one.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, but they get the downtown living.
Right.
You would feel comfortable no matter like who you are, your size. You can just walk out here. I think you can walk around here at night with a pocket full of money and you're pretty safe.
I mean, I would say so. I mean, Charlotte is a very growing city. I mean, I think we're like the third fastest growing city in America right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, always be aware of your surroundings. But I mean, you have Uptown this way, and then you have, you know, the rail that runs back and forth. You have all the major hospitals over this way. I've been here plenty of times at night with my daughter and felt completely safe.
Is this one performing well?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we have a check-in today.
Okay.
So,
How much is this per night?
$250 and $315.
And you advertise it obviously as a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and okay, and you just get basically business people, traveling nurses, people here for some type of business.
Yeah,
normally.
we're also on like Furnish Finder, VRBO, you know, all the platforms.
Okay, you're on all the platforms. You have a system in place with employees that message people back and forth and entertain the people on Furnish Finders and everything else.
Yeah, so the way my business is set up is it's almost like integrated into different pockets, right? So I have my Orlando pocket. That's Andrea down there. Andrea will respond to anything that comes into our Florida properties and help take care of that. She's almost like a concierge. So she runs like the Florida market for our properties. Then I have Marla out in Arizona. She runs like my Arizona market. And I have Aisha out in Palm Springs, runs that market. And then I have Brittany in Cleveland. So anything in those particular pockets that come in, or investors that message us that want to be in those states, we already have boots on the ground. And
those are the markets that you work?
Well, I have a lot more in different ones. I was just giving you those examples.
Yeah, those sound like the cool ones because those like the like right now it's warm in all those places.
Well, besides Cleveland.
Besides Cleveland. Cleveland, Midwest. Midwest winters are different.
Yeah, and we're working on one in Connecticut. Connecticut's not too warm.
Oh, God. All right, okay. What city in Connecticut?
Right near Wilton. It's like Wilton, Connecticut.
Okay, Wilton, Connecticut. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're taking something that, Connecticut is a high cost of living place.
It is.
It's a high cost of living place. But we're going to go to Cleveland, all right?
All right.
So I'm on the outside looking at it, and there are plenty of videos on YouTube making fun of Cleveland.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised at the reaction that I got when I said I was doing a property in Cleveland because I really like Cleveland.
I've never been.
Hey LeBron, I'm still going to Cleveland. So, I like Cleveland.
I got a real estate investor friend beyond when he's in Cleveland, but he's born and raised there, so of course he's going to be there. But outside of that, right? Tell me what research took place where somebody said, "Hey, I got a property in Cleveland," where you said this is going to be a good idea.
All right. So my boyfriend is a former NASCAR driver, and he owns a tour bus company right now. So he has about 15 buses that he travels all over the United States with different bands and such. He was in Cleveland. He was between like Cleveland and Boston. So he was in Cleveland this particular time, and he's like, "Hey, fly up to see me in Cleveland." I was like, "In Cleveland? Okay." So I flew up, and I was like enamored by this place. I was like, you know what? This is like little Charlotte. There's, you have the Great Lakes, and you have this like, we don't have Great Lakes, but you still have some form of water, and just like a really like budding city, like a very eclectic city. And so we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which if you haven't gone, highly recommend. Pretty amazing. He and I just kind of like immersed ourselves in the culture there, right? And so I called my business partner and I'm like, "Hey, I want to get a house in Cleveland." So Ashley where a business partner should be like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Ashley is my dynamite and I'm the TNT. She goes, when do you want to go? I said, I don't know. Let me do some research. Let me figure it out. So this woman contacted us and she was like, hey, I'm looking to try to do a furnished finder. You know, Cleveland is one of the areas. She wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger yet. And I could tell that because she was, you know, still in financing and like with the property and still going through the hoops and stuff. And I was like, she's not ready yet. So I'm part of a lot of different Facebook groups, and somebody was like, hey, I'm looking for boots on the ground in Cleveland. And I was like, that's her. So I immediately messaged her, told her about my business, set up a phone call with her and Ashley for the staging part, because it was just property management at that point. It wasn't even staging. We were just talking about property management.
Okay.
By the end of it, we had a staging deal and a property management deal, and we just got back from Cleveland. And it happened within 20 days.
Wow. You did the research, so people actually travel to Cleveland.
Yeah, dude. There's a major hospital system there. Yeah. The other thing that's really cool about what we're building is Charlotte is like a halfway point, right? So we get a lot of people that come to Charlotte that are driving to Florida. So Charlotte's like their stopover point. So now when they're going north, I have somewhere to offer them. So if somebody's driving, you know, to Vermont or New Hampshire or something like that, I now have a property in Cleveland for them to stay at on their overnight stay before they head the next leg of the trip.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I could literally, like, if somebody's like, hey, I booked a Florida property, right? And they're like, hey, I'm coming to Orlando. Cool, got that one, right? Hey, are you guys stopping along the way anywhere? No, we were going to get a hotel somewhere. Cool, I got one in Charlotte for you. Where are you coming from? You know, we're coming from somewhere up north, blah, blah, blah. Hey, start in Cleveland, stay with us, and we have all 3 stays.
So people do come to Cleveland. Now, you're going to get a lot of questions. People want to ask you. So what is your social media for people to contact you?
Okay, don't kill me, okay?
Okay.
I only have Facebook and a website.
All right.
Everything has grown word of mouth or organically or me
Okay.
hustling the heck out of it.
Okay. So what's the Facebook?
So Facebook is Pretty Stays, STR.
Pretty what?
Pretty Stays.
Pretty Stays.
Yeah.
STR.
Pretty Stays. Yeah, STR, Management, Travel, and Concierge.
All right. What's the website?
PrettyStaysCLT.com.
Pretty Stays CLT. Now, let me say this. Now, people, you do manage Airbnbs for others, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody has a bunch of money,
Okay.
okay, they have a bunch of money, and let's say they bought an Airbnb in the market you're not in, could you get them set up, or do you tell them, hey, you got to do these markets?
No, we go anywhere. One of the things that I was really fortunate with in being in the alcohol industry is I met people from all over. And right now, I think we're in an economy where people don't really know where they want to be. They're still looking to try to figure out where they want to fit in. And I feel like the culture that we're building, we're pretty badass. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm going to say that.
Yeah, you can say it. I say way worse things.
So we're pretty badass, and I feel like we gravitate towards people that are looking for that. So if I don't know somebody there, I will find someone that knows someone that wants to be part of this company.
Okay. All right. So listen, if you have money, you want to get into Airbnbs, she can consult, get you in and get it managed, whereas you basically give them a turnkey service.
Yeah, absolutely.
A turnkey service, whereas you're just sitting back collecting money. Before I let you go, one more question. Does regulation in the short-term rental market scare you?
No, not at all. So it's about communication. It's strictly about communication. So we have a house in Lake Norman. We're doing about a $250,000 reno on. We're about 2 weeks away from finishing it up. Super strict HOA up there, right? So we went to them. We're like, hey, this is our plan. They're like, no, absolutely not. I was like, all right, well, what if we give you our house for your HOA meetings? What if we give you discounts on our property for your friends and family that are coming in? What if we throw you guys a barbecue for 4th of July? By the time that conversation was over, I had that man eating out of the palm of my hand, asking me to manage his properties in Wilmington.
Wow.
So it's just about communication and transparency. We bought a boat. We want to be able to offer a boat to our properties in the lake areas. That also is something that they can rent out. So whatever you can be an asset to that HOA and manage it correctly and show them that the boots on the ground are the ones that are taking care of that property and it's not the wild, wild west, you'll get a lot more.
Get a lot more. So I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna put her Facebook on the screen, put the website on the screen, and guys, comment below. This was a lot. So comment below what you thought about this video, man. And I wanna ask you guys, is Airbnb something you wanna do? Or something you thought about? That last thing she said, that was a real gem, like with the communications. Just, take care of people and people take care of you.
Absolutely.
So make sure you comment below, subscribe, and click on this video next to me with this other Airbnb couple, whereas they made 6 figures and doing Airbnb part-time, man. So, hey, I'll see you in the next vid.